Alright, so I'm back and I had to run to the store. I know I said I was going to get doll dust today, but it didn't happen, so I'm not. But instead, I decided I'm going to do a video of me baking a peach cobbler. So let me go ahead and turn the TV down, and then I'm going to get back in here and show you guys what I got. I don't know why, but I felt like I was in the mood to like do a whole lot other than cooking. So what I decided to do was to make some baked ribs and a peach cobbler, and then some homemade baked macaroni and cheese. And then I'll have my husband pick up something to, some kind of vegetable on his way home from work. Hold on, can you see me? Can you see me? You can see me. I can see you, and we good. Okay. So, I got a few things from the store. But first, I really wanted to make this video because I felt like baking. So, this is the slab of ribs. Let that sit in there. I'll pick that up later. And I'm gonna tell you guys what I put in my macaroni and cheese. Gotta get the vanilla ice cream. So I'm going to be putting my macaroni and cheese in one of these macaroni and cheese in one of these tins, and I'm going to be making my peach cobbler. Peach cobbler in my Pyrex bowl. It's deeper, and I think it'll be better. So let me get all my ingredients out of the bag first. I just threw it in the bag. This is not food. So I did a little bit of grocery shopping, I guess. I just picked up a few things that I needed for now, like soap and lotion. Don't judge me. But okay, so I'm making a peach cobbler, but I'm making my mom's recipe mixed with mine. So my mom always taught me the same way of making a peach cobbler. So I'm using, let me go ahead. I'm using canned peaches, sliced peaches in heavy syrup. So I have 2 cans of those. Let me see if I can bring you guys down here. So I have 2 cans of these big sliced peaches. 29 ounces. Then I have some brown sugar, some cornstarch, vanilla extract, cinnamon, and nutmeg. But this time I'm going to make a peach cobbler dump cake. So I'm going to be using a yellow cake mix. My mom, on the other hand, she would never do these 2 things, a cake and a peach cobbler, at the same time. I mean, like in the same dish. She will make a yellow cake and then she'll make a peach cobbler on the side for like holidays. But I wanted to do a little bit of both because I'm greedy and I'm just, my hormones are raging and I feel like making both. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I have my oven preheating, and that's preheating for my peach cobbler, my macaroni and cheese, and my ribs. So let me tell you what I'm going to be doing to make. Should I tell my secret? So for my macaroni and cheese, this is my recipe. All of my recipes, of course, you got to get it from somewhere. So I got my recipes from my mommy. And with that being said, I never ate baked macaroni and cheese until I became an adult. I never ate it when she made it when I was younger. So how I make it now is, of course, I make it from scratch. I do my macaroni. And then I have heavy whipping cream. And then I have like 4 different cheeses. I'm not going to tell you what cheeses is in it because people like to steal your recipes and don't give you credit for it. So I'm not telling you what type of cheeses. I'll just tell you it's like about 4 or 5 different. And then so what sets me apart from what I see from everybody else in their baked macaroni and cheese is I season my noodles after they're cooked. And so, no, it's not just salt and pepper. I actually put seasoning on my noodles after they're cooked. Because I've tasted some macaroni and cheeses that don't have no flavor. Wipe off my cans before I open them because they've been stored or in the store for I don't know however long. So, I don't want nothing to get in there. And then I'm going to be making like the base for the peach cobbler. Generally what I do is I mix all my ingredients in my big pot. And that includes the peaches with the syrup that is in. I like my peach cobbler sweet. It's a dessert, so I want it to taste like a dessert. I don't want no bland peach cobbler. So, opening my peaches. And then I'm going to, I forgot that I put butter in my peach cobbler too. So I'm going to be having a half a stick of butter as well. My mom always used Imperial margarine, so let me see if I have any actually. I do have some margarine, but it is not thawed out. Yes, it is. So, let me turn this eye on first. So, I'm turning the eye on. I want the pot to get hot. I don't want it to get really hot. I just want it to get warm so I can cut my half a stick of butter and let that melt inside the pot. And then I'm going to use the other half. So I have my half stick of butter for my peach cobbler. The other half is going to be for my macaroni. So I'm going to just put that in the pan with the macaroni pan. And let that just sit in there and melt. And then once that's melted, and it's already getting there, it's already melting, so let that simmer down. And then depending on how sweet it is, because I like my peach cobbler sweet, what a sticky. I like my peach cobbler sweet. It's a dessert, so I want it sweet. So if it's not sweet enough after I put in all of my ingredients, including the brown sugar, I might add a little bit of white sugar. So I have that too. And so we're gonna see how it all ends up like that. So I got my peach cobbler ingredients, my macaroni and cheese ingredients. I have my ribs in the sink. And we about to get it popping. Mind you, I have my butter in here and I don't want it to brown. I just want it to melt. Let me go ahead and add my peaches in. This was my favorite dessert my mom made. And she sometimes made it just for me. I loved it so much, she taught me how to make it, so. So I wouldn't have to bug her to make it for me. So, I have my peaches, the butter. Now what else do we add, or what do we add next? I'm putting a little dash of cinnamon. And if you want to know the ratio between cinnamon and nutmeg, I always put a little bit less a lot less nutmeg than cinnamon. And I want to put a little dash of cinnamon or nutmeg too. And then I'm gonna add my vanilla extract. Let that sit and marinate. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to add my brown sugar now, and then I'm going to let it melt as this mixture is getting itself together. And then I'm going to come back and show you guys what I got after it's sat here and simmered for a little bit, because I want this to all gel together. This is the pot with my peach cobbler, all the ingredients mixed in here. So I have the peaches, I have cinnamon, nutmeg, the butter is melted, and then I have the brown sugar right here that I'm just letting it soak into the wet ingredients. And then I have the vanilla, which made the brown color. So I'm letting all of that is going to simmer for a little bit, and then let that cook down and reduce. And if you see here, that's why we have cornstarch too, because thicken this up too. So you see it's really runny. So after everything is simmers down and reduces, I'm going to add the cornstarch to thicken it up, and then I'm going to add it into our pot here. Before I add this into this, I'm going to make sure that I butter the pan. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to, I'll just come back and show you guys. I'll come back and show you guys what we're going to do after the peach cobbler mix is good and ready. Right, so I'm back, you guys. So this is what the peach cobbler is looking like so far. Yummy, right? Yes, buddy. Everything is all nice and mixed together. And then we're gonna add the cornstarch so that I can make this mixture. Hold on, let me show you. See, the consistency is still watery. And so I want it to be thicker. So I'm gonna add just a little bit. So that's that in there. That's the cornstarch and water mixture. And so let's go ahead and mix that, okay? Yep, it's thickening already. Yep. So it's doing what I needed to do, and I have it on 4, so it's not even, or excuse me, 3. It's not blaring hot, but it's warm enough to where it's doing what I need it to do. So I'm gonna let it thicken up a little bit more, and just so all the peaches can marinate and blend those flavors in there, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it down a little bit more. I want it to be low. I want it to simmer down still. It still hasn't reduced as much as I want it to. Alright, everybody, so I'm back again, and I wanted to show you guys that the syrup did thicken. Look. It looks like it's still going the same speed, but that's not the case. Anyway, so I'm going to empty the peaches into the pan. And oh, before I go ahead and do that, let me show you guys the macaroni. And I'm going to put this in last, since it only takes, I would say, about 20 minutes or so to cook. But let me go ahead and put the peaches into where they're going to be baking. And I may need to split these up into 2 containers, which is just fine with me, actually. More peach cobbler for me. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So oh, come on now. Let me get a spoon, actually, because this is not working for me. Because I got enough juice in there. Let me go ahead and get the rest of these peaches and just make one. And then I can use the juice that's left over as a topping for when I go ahead and plate it. We're going to go ahead and take the cake mix. This is a dump cake, remember. It's a peach cobbler dump. It's a peach dump cobbler. So I'm going to take the cake mix and just mix it, or just spread it evenly all over. So it's going to be done when the top is brown, you know. So once the topping is brown, like the cake part of it is brown, excuse the mess. My countertop is so messy, but anyways, that's when you know it's done. And then when you put a toothpick in it and nothing comes out like a cake. Because the peaches are already done. We cooked that. That's been cooking and marinating for a good 35 minutes. Here's the macaroni and cheese. Just how I like it and how hubby loves it. And then there goes the peach cobbler. This is making it look burnt, but it's not at all. Oh, actually it's golden brown. And then here's the ribs falling off the bone. You see that? Hubby's here, so hubby, come taste. Anyways, so you see how everything turned out. We got our macaroni and cheese, our peach cobbler, and our ribs. I know it's not a full spread of like a full dinner, but I'm tired. I've been cleaning all day. I decided to cook something. So this is what I came up with. I probably should have made some like green beans or something, but whatever the case, I actually have some corn on the cob. So I can put some corn on the cob real quick and then we can go ahead and actually have that. So yeah, so we're gonna have corn on the cob, macaroni and cheese, and ribs. Be careful. Hi honey.
I changed. Oh, you know?
He wants attention right now and he's about to get on my nerves.
She lying. Excuse me.
What are you looking for?
I need something.
I need you to change clothes.
Okay, can you move really quickly?
Triggered.